Senator Nieves will be speaking now. We're going to be taking written questions in a little while, so if you have any questions, be sure to write them on the card you were given, and after Senator Nieves is finished speaking, we have people who will come and pick them up from you.
I cannot tell you how blessed I felt when I pulled into this parking lot tonight. And, you know, my first thought, because what Senator Lamping said concerning the power of the education lobby at our state capitol, I've had the blessing of serving you at our state capitol for 11 years now, and I can tell you, when I went there 11 years ago, I thought the same thing that probably most Americans thought, and that was that the most powerful lobbies in that building would surely be big oil and different things like that that we hear about on the news. What I quickly figured out, and what has been reconfirmed and reconfirmed and reconfirmed for me over a period of 11 years, is that there is no more powerful lobby in our state capitol than the lobby that says, let's keep education status quo, let's allow the federal government to be more involved in our education. In other words, the people in the education community who are in favor of the kinds of things that you've just heard about tonight, and believe me, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Our good panelists only had time to share the tip of the iceberg about some of the things that are very concerning with this whole Common Core movement. But the people that are in favor of Common Core are indeed the most powerful special interest in our state capitol. And so tonight when I pulled up and saw how full this parking lot was, I have to tell you, the pessimistic side of me said, well, they're probably having karate classes here tonight. There's probably some other reason why the parking lot is so full. And I stepped through those doors, and the first thing I noticed was an overflow crowd, and I just said, thank God. Thank God for people like you. And I can't be any more sincere when I say that, because this is the bottom line about what's happening right now. We are, as a nation, and this is one example, this is a very good example of how we as a nation are at a point in time where we are going to have to make a decision about whether or not we are going to continue along what I call a power shift, and that is where the government takes more and more control of our lives, and the government dictates more and more about what's going to happen in our local communities. I call that a power shift. Or whether we're going to begin a freedom shift. And the good news is this: if you look back through the annals of history, if you look back at the very beginning, the founding days of our nation, or even if you look back upon other peoples further back in time, ancient history, what we will see and what we will be reminded of is that a freedom shift or a power shift, freedom shift or power shift, either case, they happen because a small, dedicated group of people say, no, this is not the way it's going to be, and a small, dedicated group of people bring about the change that they are looking for. A lot of times I think we fall into this thought that says we have to be the majority if we are going to affect things. History does not say that. History says a small, dedicated group of people who are engaged and who will not quit are the ones who determine whether or not a people or a nation will experience a power shift or a freedom shift. What we see with Common Core is clearly a movement towards a power shift. And there are many other examples of that we see happening in our state and nation all the time. But this is a very good place for us to stand our ground. This is a very good place for us to come together as a small, dedicated group of people. And as Senator Lamping said just a minute ago, we don't have to remain small. The next time that we have a get-together concerning Common Core, if each one of us was to bring another citizen, someone that we said, hey, listen, I just want you to be educated about this. I'm so glad that Senator Lamping mentioned that at this point, perhaps our best strategy is not to attack along the lines of simply saying, we are anti-Common Core, although we are. That may not be the best strategy, is to just move forward and say, we are anti-Common Core. But instead, to say, hey, we just want you to learn about this. We just want you to learn about what this is. And that's the beauty of what Senator Lamping has done with the revision of the original bill. Of course, the House bill continues to say that Common Core would be blocked, and if by some gracious miracle we could see that bill make it through the process, then certainly that would be wonderful. But the beauty of Senator Lamping's idea is how is it that the education community can say no? Trust me, they will. But how is it that they can, with any credibility, say, no, we don't want anyone to learn about what we're trying to do? Do you see the beauty of his plan? And so this is the beginning. Tonight is the night that where we put our stake in the ground and we say no more. This is not going to go any further. This is not going to be the kind of thing that's going to happen in the back rooms, the dark, secret rooms of bureaucracy making decisions. Instead, we're going to bring this into the light of day. And I believe that when Common Core is brought into the light of day, Common Core will be defeated, and it's going to start with you. And so I'm so proud. I'm sure Senator Lamping would have liked for this meeting to move just a little bit further. I'm proud that this is happening in my district, and I just want to thank you for being here tonight, and I look forward to the continued discussion.
Thank you, Senator Nieves.